All right, what's up, guys? Whether you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, let's see what we're gonna build today. That was a terrible introduction. So I wanted to stream myself building a Scrimba-Counter that I learned how to build on Scrimba, but I wanted to, okay, go ahead and quit that out. I wanted to add like a little twist to it. So this is what I built on Scrimba, and then I wanted to see if I can build something like cooler, like either using dribble or some other kind of design aspect. So here's like some of the ones that I kind of like. So I like this one. And then I also like this one. And then I don't know if I want to put it inside of a phone. I don't know if I can. I think I might be able to. Like there's some things that I haven't really tried yet with CSS. Like I haven't really tried to make an animation toggle when you do something in JavaScript. So I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to implement that. But this is like one of my favorite ones right here. This one's actually really nice. So I'm going to be trying to build this today and we'll just see how it goes. Maybe it goes terrible, maybe it goes great. All right, let me just go ahead and open up the project. Me. Okay. So GitHub, and then Scrimba-Counter. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna be building this with probably just Sass. I'll probably just be using Sass to build this. So, I probably should have set all this up before I started the stream. That would have been nice, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, I need a SCSS or a Sass. And then inside of the Sass, I'm going to do main.scss. And then I just use the extension. Like, I know some people use the JSON and they do it manually, but I honestly just like the extension. Can't even talk because it's just a lot easier, honestly. Maybe like in a project base or something that's a little bit more serious, I'll probably use something else, but I think this is good for now. So I'm just going to say counter. Okay, and then I have this ready at main.scss. Let me make sure it's working. Okay, 0 padding, and yep, it's working. Okay, let me set up a JavaScript file. Not there, in the global. So JavaScript, and then let's go script.js. Okay, that's nice. Right, what do we do next? What do we do next? Have to link everything there. So I want to do like some kind of favicon, like something that would look nice. So, okay, it has that default one on. So I have the counter. Let me link my CSS real quick. So link that and then the href. Just gonna do the dist main.scss. Let me change this background color because background color black. Yeah, that's better. I know I was taking a Scrimba course and I was taking Kevin Powell's CSS Scrimba course where we build the space website, and he actually had a really good way to start off a CSS project. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I think I could just code the space travel website. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Looks like I don't know how to use the terminal. Okay, let me code space travel site. I'm just gonna copy and paste this starting code from this project over here just because he already has all of the reset values. I'm not gonna split anything into like a bunch of pages, I'm just going to use, I'm just going to take what I need and then just remove what I don't need. So I can just close this out here. Oh, what's going on? Okay. So this is for screen readers. This is a container. I'm probably not going to use this. I'm probably not going to need it. Or the call to action, I'm not going to need that. I'm probably just going to make this with Flexbox. And I think I could just do it regularly. I don't think I'm going to need utility classes for any of this. But all of this is nice. Okay. So now I need to think of the design or how I want it to look. So I was thinking about kind of making a phone, but I need to change the background color first. So let's go ahead and do that. Is there already a body thing open? Okay. Let me just do a code and, oh no, I don't have to do that. So background color, I'm gonna do a gray for now. Then I'm gonna just customize this gray and make it dark. Okay, I think that looks good. So I think I'm gonna go with the phone design. Ah, why is it lagging? I think I'm gonna go with the phone design. I think this looks pretty cool. I don't fully know how I'm gonna do this though. I've never really tried this before, so I guess this is gonna be like trial and error. And if this doesn't go well, then oh well. Let's just give it a shot anyways. Yeah, I want this a little bit darker. Nice. So I'm gonna start off with just a div, a parent div. This is like kind of dark on my screen, so I can't really tell if this is a border. Yeah, I think it is a border, but it doesn't have, yeah, that is a border. Okay. I'm gonna start off with the div, or I don't even have to do that. I'm just gonna say dot phone container. And let me bring this over here, and I don't need this anymore. So I'm gonna do phone container, and I'm gonna go ahead and set how big I want the phone container to be. So dot phone container. So max width, I'm gonna do 300 pixels by a max height of 200 pixels. Nah, I think I could do 300 pixels. Then I'm gonna do a background color of black. Why isn't it showing up? Hold on. I'm kind of brain farting right now. I haven't coded in so long, like done CSS. So it should show up. What's going on? Okay, hold on. Let me see something real quick. So if I do Nelly, okay, so I just needed to put something in there. Let me do my body real quick. I'm gonna do the color as white for now. Okay. So I need to move this into the center first. So this max width value needs to be, I think 300 is pretty cool. I think I could go like 400, 500. I'm gonna just do 400. And then the max height, I'm gonna do like, I don't think max height even works with that. I think I'm just gonna do a height of 20 VH. Let's do 50. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna give it a border radius now of 2 rem. And then I'm gonna margin auto it so it can go to the middle. I know, so Kevin Powell goes over this, so you can just do margin inline auto, and it does the same thing. So it's just like saying if I wanted to do margin 0 top and bottom, and then 20 left and right, or it'd be like 0 rem and then auto, so it only affects what's inline. So that's pretty cool. I actually learned that on Scrimba. And then I'm gonna do a margin top because I feel like it's just too high. I'm gonna just do a margin top of 200 pixels, just kind of move it down. There's probably a better way to do this with Flex. Oh shoot, I got somebody in the chat. I'm not even paying attention. What he said, do it with the color purple, or do it with the color on the circle, like purple and pin. What do you mean? Like, you mean like go to the dribble thing over here? I don't know that I'm gonna actually make everything that's on the screen. The counter is gonna be up here, and then the current spendings is probably gonna stay up here. And then this is gonna probably be other content. I'm probably not gonna keep all of this because I don't think I really even can. So let me see if okay, I can put the other div in here and call it phone screen. So dot phone screen. Okay, so dot phone screen. And I think this is actually the div that's gonna contain the current spendings. So yeah. Okay, there's actually a lot of pieces that I need to like put together because I have to make sure that the border looks nice. I have to make sure that I can get the icons in there. So I don't know that I'm gonna have to use positioning correctly, like absolute and relative positioning. So hold on, let me make this 70, not 60. I think I like 70. It actually looked pretty good. But let's just do 65. Come on. Let's do 65. Okay, that looks pretty good. So the phone screen, there's a lot that we actually have to do on the phone screen. So since we're using Sass, I'm just gonna nest it and let me do phone screen dot phone screen, and then I'm gonna do a color of gray. And then the phone screen, I think there's a few things that I need to put in here. I'm just gonna test this out real quick. So I'm gonna make this an H3. I'm gonna say current spendings. So let me see if that showed up or not. Yeah, it did show up. So current spendings. Oh no, I need the background color to be gray. Nope. Need that to be gray. And then I'm gonna do the color. I'm gonna do white. I think, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to fix that. And then I think the phone screen, I'm gonna do like a relative positioning, and everything inside of it's gonna have an absolute positioning because it doesn't need to change. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I think I can make the max width 380 pixels just so that it can span across. And then I'm gonna margin auto it so that it can go in the middle. And then I'm gonna do a height of 60 VH. So now we have the actual screen. And then the border radius, I'm gonna do 2 rem. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I think it needs to be a little bit taller though. So the phone is 60. What if I do 65? Okay, so it just passes it. Oh, because I have that element right there. So if I take away Nelly, why isn't it margin autoing? Okay, hold on. Or maybe I need to position it inside. So margin auto. And then I'm gonna do, hold on. Margin top, do like 10 pixels. See if that moves it down. Or is it margin bottom that does that? Let me do 100. Okay, that's not doing anything. Okay, hold on. So let me do margin 100 pixels auto. And that still keeps it the same. Is it even updating? Hold on. Let me make this darker. No, it is updating. I'm just messing up right now. Okay. So we can put that there. I don't think I need current spending here either. So now use 2 rem for the border radius. So the color white, max width 380 pixels. Let me try this one more time. Margin auto. So it just moves it there. What if I did 63 pixels? I need to move it from the top though. So position relative, and then top 2 pixels. No, hold on. Let me do 20. Okay, yeah, so that works. So let me do something like 10 pixels. That kind of looks like a phone, doesn't it? Somewhat. All right, let's do 380. I think the phone's a little bit too wide. And then let's do 350 for the phone screen. I think 360 might look better. 360? Yeah, okay, so this actually looks a lot better. So my phone's not as dark as this one. I don't know that I want to make it as dark. I feel like this phone's a little bit too dark. I think I can move this down a little bit though. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can move that down a little bit and that still looks pretty good. I might do like a gray gradient type of background. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, I want the phone to stay black. And then, you know, the fact that it's a relative. Okay, the fact that it's relative, now I can like get all of the icons inside. I think this is going to look pretty cool. So let me do a few different divs. So let me do the dot arrow. So that's going to be like the arrow button and then the dots, I guess. I'm just do dots. And like this this is such a bad like naming convention to like okay, it's going to have to work anyways. So let me get these arrows here now. I don't know that I want to use free icons. I think I can use free icons for this. So yeah, flat icons. Let me do a arrow. Black. Okay. Does this look like this? No, it doesn't. So I need something like this, but in like gray. So let me see real quick. Yeah. Okay, so this one's kind of like what I'm looking for. A little bit better. Okay, let me just see how that looks there. First, they're gonna ask me to do this. Let me do this real quick. And then let me go to downloads and let me get this real quick. Let me grab it, put it in here. GitHub. I know I can do all of this from the terminal too, but I haven't really done any of that yet. Okay. Let me just do an image folder and go ahead and add that in there. So next. Okay, so now let me add it to the counter. Let me go ahead and do an image, src, hold on, src, image, next, png. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I can kind of move this up from here. So I can go here and I can do the dot arrow. Height's gonna have to be like 2ph. Unless I can't do the arrow up here, I might not be able to actually. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do dot arrow, and then I'm gonna do a height of 2ph, or maybe I need to do the arrow img. No, hold on. Okay, yeah, that actually worked. So hold on, let me do dot arrow. Let me put this inside of there. Let me delete this. Oh, so now it doesn't even work. Hold on. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it out then. I guess I'm doing that wrong. So dot arrow img, and maybe I can make this a little bit larger, like 5. And let me do a position absolute, and then let me do a right of 20 pixels. Let me see where this moves it. How about a right of 2 pixels? How about left? Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, yeah, left. And then top 20 pixels. I'm gonna do 10 pixels instead. I think I should move it out a little bit further too. and then move this down. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look exactly like this one, but I'm not trying to make it exactly alike. I just want to do my own type of thing. I still think the phone is a little bit too long though. That's kind of bothering me. So let me make this 350, maybe even like 340. And then the phone screen is going to be like 330 or 320. Okay, that actually looks like a phone now, so this looks pretty good. And I'm going to bring the background color a little bit brighter so that I can see it better. And then at the end, I'll probably add something different. Okay, I can see that a lot better. Let me see if I can play with the phone screen a little bit too. Nah, I think this is going to be the best one I'm going to get. Let me zoom into this. Okay. All right. I think I can rotate, right? Rotate and then dot 90 degrees. Does that work? Okay, yeah, that does work. I actually have never tried rotate, which is actually kind of funny. So 180 would be correct. Yeah, 180. And then I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I feel like this is a little bit too big, so I'm going to do like 4 now that the phone is actually smaller. And so we have that button added, and now I need like the 3 dots button. So let me go get that from here. Let me see. Dots. So it'd be cool if I can find one. Okay, yeah. I think it'd be cool if I can find one that is similar. I think I like that one. Let me try this one real quick. So I'm going to do it the same way I did it the first time. More, put that in there. Then put that in GitHub. Scrimba-Counter. And then put that in the image. Okay. So now I'm going to try to do the dots. I can add an alt, so next button. And then for dots, I'm going to do another IMG class, and the SRC is going to be get it from the images and do next. Oh no, not next. Dots. Is that what it's called? I don't think it's called dots. Hold on, I got to go back. Go get it from the images. More. Okay. Okay, that doesn't look too bad actually. I actually think it looks pretty good. So now I have to grab that from somewhere else. What did they say here? Run. All right, let me do this now. So I'm gonna do dots img. I'm gonna do a height of 3. I think this one can actually be a bit bigger though. I think I could do 4. And then position absolute, of course. So position absolute, and then I can do to the right 20 pixels. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually hella fun. Like, this is actually hella fun. Okay, top 20 pixels. I think I can do like 15 pixels. Like, even though I'm like in stream by myself, I'm actually like having a good time. That's crazy. I don't know. This is like not that visible though. Maybe if we made it bigger. Yeah, I think that does need to be bigger. I can't really see it though. That's the thing. Let me see if I can find a better image of dots. Okay, hold on. See if I can find a different image. But at the same time, I really do like those see-through dots. So like I might just keep them even though they're like not the best. He said go big. What do you mean by go big? Yeah, I'm gonna just keep the dots, man. I like the dots. I'm sorry. Even though they're really not that visible, I just think it looks really nice. I think I can make them a little bit bigger. Yeah, I guess I can make it a little bit bigger. And do like 8 pixels. Let me make sure it's lined up. Nah, actually, I don't think it looks better, bigger. I think I need to keep it. The thing you're doing. What do you mean? go bigger on the, oh my, I'm freaking hungry. I haven't eaten in a minute. I'm not even gonna lie. What do you mean by go bigger the thing you're doing? Okay, hold on. Top. I think that's pretty lined up. I think that looks decent. Okay, so now I can do the current spendings. Dude, it's crazy. Like I went from this and now we're about to like make something so much cooler. All right. Let me go to, oh, you're saying make the dots bigger on the phone screen? So dots. Okay, I don't know that that's even going to be helpful for a screen reader, but I guess. So dots. Okay, so I have the arrows, now I have the dots. So now we're going to do another div. And then we're going to do dot counter text. I think, yeah, I made it a little bit bigger, but the thing is, if I make it too big, they don't match up together. So like this just doesn't look good with this. I should have probably picked some different colors, but like even this dribble one, it's not that visible. So I guess it was just like it was the design that doomed me from the start, but whatever, we're just gonna keep going. So counter text, I'm gonna do an H4. Did I do an H4? Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna just do an H2. And then I'm gonna say uh counter app. Okay, I'm gonna do counter app, and then in here I'm gonna nest it. So counter text, position, force absolute. Then we're gonna do the top 20 pixels. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to come down like 80 pixels. And then can I margin auto? I don't think I can margin auto with this positioning. No, I can't. So I actually have to do it manually, I think. So right 200 pixels. No, that wouldn't make any sense. So what if I did 80? Let me do 80 instead. Okay, that doesn't look bad. 100. I gotta make sure this is as equal as possible. So this kind of comes down not too far. So current spendings. Let me go ahead and bring this down a little bit more. If I bring this down 400 pixels, and then I'm gonna do a font family. I might just do the Apple one. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep the Apple font family. I think it looks pretty decent. And then let me do the color. I'm gonna do, because I don't think the white looks great. I think it's a little bit too white. I want to make it more grayish, but not too grayish. So, okay, I don't mind that. So let me do the font size of 2 rem. No, that's way too big. 1 rem. So 1.5 rem. No, that's too big. Okay, and then let me do the right. Let me move this back into the middle as much as we can. So 75. Okay. Theirs is a little bit thinner, so I'm gonna do font weight. I'm gonna do 100. Do they have that? Oh, they don't have that. I might have to go get a Google font real quick. Let me go do that. Let me go get a Google font. I'm gonna do something like Poppins. Because like you can't go wrong with this. You can't go wrong with Poppins. Let me go grab these real quick. Oh, I hate how I have to do that. Okay, let me just grab. Okay, I don't even have to grab all of these. I can just grab the thin, not the italic ones. So extra light, light 300, regular 400, medium 500, semi-bold 600, bold 700. I don't think I'm going to need any more than that. So let me take all of this and put it inside of the heading above here. and then take the font family and take off the Apple one, which I did want to use the Apple one just because I feel like it has more support, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to change the font weight and it didn't have that option. So 100. What's going on? Hold on. Impact. No. No, font weight. No, oh my gosh, why am I messing up? Font family, impact, let me see. Okay, yeah, so what's going on? It's not letting me do pop-ins. So font weight pop-ins. I did get the 100, right? Okay, let me try to do the 700 bold. So font weight, let me try to do 700. Yeah, and it does. Why isn't that working? That's weird. Okay. I wonder if it's my presets that mess that up for me. Let me see. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, I'm gonna take that off of there because I'm not gonna need that. Then the body background color, I do want that to stay that way. What if I do it here? Font weight 100. Oh, let's go, it works. Okay, so it was because the preset was already taking it. So that actually works now. So I want to do like 200 or like 300. And that doesn't look too bad actually. Okay, so let me go back down here and I think I can take this off. Yeah, that actually does not look too bad, and theirs was a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna put it back to 1 rem. And then I have to put this back to 100 so that it can be in the middle, or maybe like 90. I think it looks pretty centered at 90. Maybe it could go to like, what happens at 80? Okay, what about 85? Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at 85. I think it looks okay. Maybe like 86 or 87. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that. So now I need to put the date underneath. So I'm just gonna put the date I created this. So I'm gonna do an H3 and I'm gonna say, what are we in? We're in June, right? So June 2022. I'm gonna do June 2022. Counter text. Okay, so I need to fix this. So with the H3, I want the positioning to be different. So position absolute. So top 100, obviously need to keep that at 100 pixels. Oh, okay, so it's just gonna move it from there. So I'm gonna actually do right, and I'm gonna do 20 pixels to the right. What about 10 pixels? 20 pixels, 30 pixels, 40 pixels. No, I'm gonna do 30. 33 pixels. No, I think I'm gonna do 30. Okay, so now I need to make this smaller. And this is a little bit brighter. So let me do font size 0.5 rem units. Okay, that's a little bit too small. And then I need to fix this to 80. Nah, 60. Okay, 40. Let me do 50. That work better. So like 45. Okay. So the color needs to be brighter here. And then I'll go ahead and change the color back to the... Okay, it needs to be a little bit brighter. And then the H3, I'm gonna make the color, I'm gonna start from here. I could have just copied and pasted it. And then I'm gonna make this darker. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. So now I think we actually get to move on to the counter. So this is actually the fun part. So I made the buttons and whatnot. You know, maybe I should make these actually change into buttons when I click on them or when I hover them. So let me do pointer, cursor, pointer. You know, I actually don't need to because they actually don't even work anyways. So now let's find what we want this to look like. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of this over here. And I think I'll keep this open for now. So this is what we're going for. Let me go to dribble. So we kind of finished what we want the phone to kind of look like. It's not spot on, but I didn't want it to be in the first place. So let's go to see which one we want to do. And I actually really like this one. I really do like this one. But at the same time, I want to do something really minimal or like something really simple. So like even this one is like pretty nice. Okay, so I think I'm gonna let's just start and let's just see what we want to do. So this is the phone screen. So now we actually need to make the dot counter. So now we're gonna start the counter. It's weird, so I'm gonna have to do something different here because I'm gonna have to make, I wonder what I use there. I'm trying not to use this as like help and actually just self-code it. But if I do need a reference, then I will reference, but I'll try to not reference as much as I can. So let me see. Let me do, I'm just gonna do 0. And then I'm gonna do an ID of count element. And then I'm gonna, of course, nest this inside of the phone container. Yeah, I think I need to nest it inside of the phone container. So what container is this? Okay, this is the, that's that. So dot counter. So I'm gonna do a position, of course, of absolute. And then I'm gonna do top 200 pixels. Let me see if that'll move it to the bottom more. And then I'm gonna do a right of 100 pixels. Actually might need to do 200 pixels as well, or like 150. Oh no, that's not 150. This is 150. Okay, so that's the H4. Now I need to do these arrow buttons, and I'm gonna put this in the middle. Maybe I should move it down and like just make this the actual screen. So like if I go here to the design of the phone, I actually don't need to like put any of this that's on the bottom because I don't even think it's just a counter app. So I'm gonna do something like this. So I'm gonna do the counter. I'm gonna nest the H4 in there, and I'm gonna say the font size can be 20 pixels. Hold on. The font size can be 3 rem units. So let me do 4 instead. So the top can be 400. Nah, 300 or 250. No, I think 300 is actually appropriate. 380, no, 330. It doesn't need to be perfectly centered right now. Okay, let me just start from here and see which one stays in the middle the best. So I think 45 is gonna be our best bet. I'll fix that later too. So now we need 2 icons, and I need one on each side, and they're gonna toggle on click to either increment or decrement the number. So let me do a basic arrow. And I think I can do a gray arrow, so I need like something that's gray. So let me look up gray arrow. Of course they don't have a gray arrow. Okay. I could probably just put a filter on whatever arrow as well if I can just find an arrow in general, and then I can just put a filter on it. I like this. So like I like how this is like a 2 arrow for like if I wanted to do 2 arrows for forward and then 1 arrow for back. And then I think I would do like on click of the button, it's gonna make the count reset to 0. So there's a lot of actual JavaScript that's gonna go into this, but let's start with the basics. Start with the basics. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Oh, I actually like this one though. But is this too similar to the one we already used? Let me see. Maybe. You know, I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna just go with the basic one. Okay, let me put this in here. I need to find a more efficient way to actually do that. I need to find a better way. So let me put this inside of, where is it? Where's GitHub? Where's GitHub? GitHub. Okay, left arrow. It's not gonna matter because we can just change it to whatever direction we want. Images. Go back to counter. So now we can do an image. IMG left arrow. And then the alt, it's gonna be so decrement count. So let me see, this is counter. So now inside of the counter, I can take the IMG. Nah, I think I could just do this outside. So does this have a class? I'm gonna have to give this a class real quick of left arrow. And then I can do left. I can do dot left arrow IMG. And then I'm gonna do a height of 2 VH, or just 2 pixels would work. Okay, so that didn't change. So maybe my nesting is not good. So let me bring this out of here, this down here. That still didn't change. Dot left arrow IMG. Okay, hold on. Let me try something else real quick. 2 pixels. Oh no. Okay, so it did change. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. It kind of disappeared. I'm gonna do about, I'm gonna do 80 pixels. I need it to be big enough for people to be able to see it. For 70 pixels. Okay. And then I'm gonna do dot left arrow position absolute. So now I'm gonna move the arrow and I'm gonna move it to the right 200 pixels. Okay, that's a little bit too far. Why does it look like that now? It kind of messed up. Hold on. 100 pixels. Something like 80. I don't know why it messed up my arrow. Okay, let me see. Oh, maybe it's because it's the width. The width needs to be at 100%. Or hold on. Max width 100 pH. Okay, so that fixed it. So now I have to make it cursor pointer. So now when you go over it, it's actually a pointer. I don't know if I want to make the, I think I should make the H4 bigger. 4.5. How about just 5? I like how this huge truck is just ruining my stream. What's going on? Okay, let me do right 155. No, it just moves it over there. So 135. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then the top of this, let me move this down like 20 pixels. That actually doesn't look too bad. Let me make sure it actually is lined up correctly. Okay, I don't like the height though. I think it's a little bit too big. So let me bring this down to 50. I think 50 looks pretty good. Come on, zoom in. Okay. So now I have to redo this. So from the top, I'm gonna do 30. Nah, probably something like 50, not 40. Probably like 38 would work better. Let me see. What about 35? 35. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And then from the right, we can do like 70. Nah, so that moves it closer in. So 85. And that actually doesn't look too bad. So we did the left arrow, and now we can move on to the right arrow. So img left arrow png alt. So this is going to be increment count. So now we have to do, I think I can just copy all of this real quick and restart with right arrow. So I can just say the right arrow img is going to be 2 pixels. And then right arrow, hold on. Right arrow. Is this the same? Hold on, I think I'm messing up here. So that's where that ends. So I think I need to get the right arrow image inside of here. No, something's messing up. Which line is it? This line? Which line is this connecting to? Okay, yeah, I messed something up here. Okay, I'm just gonna go back until I can fix it. I don't even know what I broke. Okay, that's better. Let me just try to start from scratch. So let me do dot left, or not left, dot right arrow position absolute. Why is it like, oh, because it's nested inside. I was like, why is it so close to that one? Okay. Position absolute, obviously. And then we can do to the left 85 pixels. I don't think it's going to move until I actually, okay, let me see. So this one, what if I move this? Whoa, I think I actually did that wrong. Hold on. Counter. Yeah, I actually did this wrong. That's why it didn't show up the way I wanted it to. Okay, there we go. So now we're working with something. So I don't even need to get this. I can say rotate 180 degrees. Or maybe I need to do that to the right arrow img. Let me see here. Right arrow img. So rotate 180 degrees. Okay, so that's not working either. Let me see if this works. If I did 100. That isn't even affecting the left arrow. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So let me do a class of right arrow. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so position. Let me do absolute. And then let's go to the right 200 pixels. Okay, so that's working. Let me go to the left 30 pixels. Do something like 80. And then we have to make sure that they're actually spread out correctly. So let me do bottom of 20 pixels to move it up. We can do 30 instead. How about 50? 50 is probably too much. Yeah. 40. So now I have to make these line up. So I think I'm going to do 41, 42, 43, 44. Is this just moving it up? It is. So I have to start from 39, 38, 37. I think that looks pretty solid. And then obviously I want the cursor to be a pointer. And then also for the H4, I want the cursor to be a pointer, because that is how we're actually going to make it reset. So when we want to reset the counter, we can just click in the middle. Nice. So moving on, we have to actually make it work with JavaScript. So let's go ahead and enter our script all the way at the bottom, script src, and then let's go to JavaScript, script src, and some of these images are going to need some on-click functions. So let's see here. We're gonna have to fix some things here. I just got distracted. Somebody knocked at the door. So we're gonna say the ID of this one is increment increment L decrement L and increment L. I don't even know who knocked at my door. Increment L and decrement L. So those are the IDs of the first two arrows. I got a little bit distracted there, my bad. And then the counter text is going to have an ID of counter L. So increment, decrement. Now I think we can move into the JavaScript. So I honestly, I brain fart here. So let me just do count L equals document dot query selector hashtag count L. And let me just do count L dot inner text equals hello. Okay, so that changes it to hello. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that it's kind of messing that up. So, man, I low-key, so I'm gonna look at the script for this page for 1 second. I want to see what I actually did. So github.io.js. Okay, so I made the count equals 0. So the count is going to be where we start off with. So the count has to equal 0. And then we're going to have to do an on click. So on click, we need to decrement call the function decrement. So I'm going to say function decrement is going to equal, hold on. How am I forgetting this? Yeah, count plus 1. I don't even know how I'm forgetting this right now. So count equals plus 1. Okay, other way around. Count equals plus 1. So that's going to be the decrement. So the count L dot inner text is going to equal to the count. So when we decrement, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It actually works now. So we're going to do minus instead because it has to be a negative number if it goes backwards. I also don't like the fact that it's moving it and messing it up. So now we have to do an on-click function for the increment. So now we need to do increment and then run a function called function increment is going to take the count and then plus equals 1. And then now the count L dot inner text is going to equal to count. So now when we go backwards, we go back, and now when we go forwards, we go forwards. So that works, but we still have a few problems that I want to fix. There's a few things that I don't really like. I don't like the fact that this is moving. I'm gonna see if I can fix that. And then I also need to make a reset. So on click, we're gonna run the function called reset. And so function reset is gonna equal, the count is gonna equal to 0. I don't know that this is gonna work. So count L dot inner text is gonna equal to the count. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, we reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, reset. We can go back, we can reset, and now we can go forward. So this actually works perfectly now, which is great, but there's still a few problems that I'm having. So we were able to make the counter actually work. And I don't know that I want to do audio, so we can make a save feature. So I think we should do that. So let's make a save feature. And the class counter needs to be actually relative. So the class counter needs to be relative. And then everything inside of here. You know, first let's handle the previous entries. So down here, I want to make something that gives you your previous entries. So let me do dot previous, and then I'm gonna do an H4, and it's gonna say previous entries. So now we can go here and go down, and we can make this. This is inside of the phone screen. So dot previous, and then we're gonna do a background color of black, and then a color. I'm gonna take a color that I use from up here on the H3, and we're gonna put that there. Okay, well, I need to take that away. I'm gonna put that there. We're gonna do a height of 200 pixels and a width of 100 pixels. Let me see if I can make that work. 200 pixels by 200 pixels. And then we're gonna say the position is absolute, I believe so. We're gonna go top 200 pixels. No, let's do 600 pixels. Okay, more like 400 pixels. 300? No. Okay, let's just do top 500 pixels, or 450 probably will work. And then to the right of 200 pixels. Okay, no, that's way too much. Let's do 50. No, 80. Okay, let's try 70. Let me go ahead and add a border radius. So border radius of 2 rem. And then let me add a better width value. So width, I want like a width of 300. Okay, so to the right 10. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. So I'm gonna do margin auto for the text. I don't know that I do it there. No, I don't do it there. So I think it needs to be a little bit lower actually now looking at it. So let me do top 480. Okay, that I think it spaces out pretty nice. Let's do 470. We'll just do that for now. So previous, so now we gotta grab the H4 and let's say margin auto for text align center, margin top 20 pixels. Nice. So we got that going. So now what we have to do is give it a ID of previous elements. So now let's go do it in our script. Let's go ahead and do a query selector. So previous L is going to equal to the document dot query selector, and then we're going to say grab the previous element. So now let's test it out to see if it grabbed it correctly. So previous L dot inner text equals testing. Okay, so we got it. So it's gonna, now we have to actually make a function. So how do we want to save it? So there's no actual save button, and all these three buttons do something. So this one goes back. Okay, hold on. Our JavaScript is kind of messed up. So this one goes forward, reset, back, reset. But now we actually have to find a way to save it. So I didn't actually even think about that. So I'm gonna add a save button. And let me go get that right now. Save. I'm gonna add this save button to it. And I think I might be able to, yeah, I think I might be able to squeeze that in there. So now let me go grab this download real quick and put this in my GitHub. So do that, and then Scrimba-Counter, and then I really need to like use my terminal better instead of just doing it manually every time. Okay. So yeah, so previous, it's gonna be, I think, should I put it up here? No, I think it should have its own div. So div dot save, and then an img of, let me say, is that what I need to use? Okay, yeah. So go back to the CSS. So now I need to go to the left arrow, right arrow. So under here, I'm gonna do, this needs a class. So dot save, I'm just gonna put that there. Class of save button. Or could I just do img, so a height of 2 pixels? Yeah, I could have just done that. Okay, so 20. I'm gonna do 80. I'm gonna do position absolute, and then I'm gonna do top 200 pixels. Let's do more like, no, not, that's too much. Let's do 400. So height. Okay, I think that looks good. And now we're gonna do the right of 200 pixels. I need to move it right under, oh no, that is way too far. Okay, hold on. That's too far. So let's do 120, 130, or 150, 140 I think works perfectly. And then top of 120, 110. So now I need to say specify, so the cursor needs to be a pointer. So now we actually just have to make this save something. So the ID needs to be save button, or save L. Now let's go to our script and let me do save L equals document dot query selector, and then let me do save L. So I want to do on click, run the function save. And then so the function save the function save is basically going to, how did I do this? Okay, let me look at how I did this. So it's gonna, the function save is going to, hold on, is gonna let the count string equals count underscore. So it needs to take the count from somewhere. Let's see. So let me see that. I think it is working. Alert saved. Let me see that this is working. Saved. Yeah. So now I have to make this pop up in the previous entries. So let me see. So let me see how I did that. So save, which logs out the count when called. Alert count. So now I need to take the function save L, and I need to say, where did I get count string from? That's where I'm trying to wonder. So now I'm gonna say previous L dot inner text is gonna equal to a string of previous plus the count. And I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work just yet. So one, okay, so it works, but it only does it once. And then if you reset, it needs to also take the previous L dot inner text and equal it to previous plus the count. So if I do 1, 2, 3, it should put it back to 0, or it should actually put it back to empty string. So if I say save 3 and then reset, it's gonna go back to previous. So that is actually kind of nice. So it actually needs to say previous entries. Previous entries. Previous entries. So now if we go up to 5 and we save, okay, that didn't work. Okay. 6. I think I'm pressing the wrong one. So 5 and then 7. And if we reset, it takes us back to the beginning. So that's pretty good. One thing I want to do now, being this far into it, I think this doesn't look too good. So the counter needs to be a top of 200. So 250. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. And the save button needs to go up a little bit as well. So how about 380, not 280, but 380. So now it's spaced out a little bit better. And now we can save and reset. So one thing that I am having an issue with now is I want it to save more than one previous entry. So let me go see what I did here. So I did count_l.innerText. So if I increment and saved, it just continues to save it on the same string instead of just saving your last one. Okay, that's weird. So that, no, that's reset. So save does that. So count_l.innerText equals 0 when you save. I don't want it to equal 0 when I save because I want to say 1 save. And then what if I just want to go back here, save -3, and then save -7? Okay. So count equals 0. Let me see what I did here. So save L equals save L plus. Oh, okay, I see what I did there. So I did the previous L, the count string is going to equal to count. Save L text content is going to be previous entries. Okay, hold on, I see what I did there. So I don't think this is actually going to do anything, but let me try that out. Okay, so yeah, that's just going to take that. So I think I can remove this string here, and it's going to plus and equal the count. So if I save 1, save, and then if I go to 5 and save, now we're getting everything. So that is actually working now, how it's supposed to be working. And then also we want so I think what I did was I said let the count string, or let's say let the previous L equals the count plus, and then now I want to actually make it to where they're not stuck together. Okay, that didn't work. Oh no, why did I say let? Okay, that was weird. So 0. Okay, that didn't work. So if I go 1, I can save 1, save 2. Okay, what if I just added an empty string to the end of it? So I can say 1, and then if you want to add 3, or let's say a comma, 1. Okay, so now we have a comma there. So now you can kind of see that, and that's actually kind of nice. So we can add 2 spaces there, and now if I do 2, 3, okay, no, so I need to do it behind. I think it'd make more sense that way. We can do 2, 3, 5, I accidentally resetted it. Okay. So it is working now. It's giving us the previous entries, and it's giving us everything else we need. Yeah, this is actually working. I don't know why it's shifting. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's kind of weird. I might come back to this and try to fix it. And then if I do fix it, I'll post a video on YouTube and I'll just update what I did. But since it is getting kind of late, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can like follow along and maybe just make it with me. I'm not sure if you want to do that, or if you want to just see my building process and how I was able to make it and take some things out of it. So I'm probably going to update the fix to this issue right here where it shifts, and then I'll probably post it, and then this issue here where it's not giving me the space. I think honestly I can just, no, I don't think that's going to work. For the previous entries, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this, if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, and I'll just continue to make these, and they'll probably get better and better, and I'll probably get better at CSS hopefully. But thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.